Hey friends, how's it going? My name is Lindsay Norman, and today I want to share with you some tips on how to create a team that has so much alignment and has so much trust. And we know that people who trust are more likely to be secure and happy. They're more likely to stay around for a while. They're more likely to build something stronger, bigger, better. And so really, if you can help your team create trust and alignment, that is going to be so huge. So I'm going to share with you that the way that you do that actually starts at the very, very beginning when they are exploring your business opportunity. So I know, like a lot of people who are in this industry, when you have somebody who's like, I think I might be interested in your business, we get really excited and we tend to word vomit all over them about our business. And I actually want to challenge you that that actually could be the first step into misalignment for you, your potential new builder, and your overall team. What I would actually suggest you do is try to contain yourself a little bit and redirect that excited energy into being able to ask really good questions. So this is the time for you to really get to know them. You want to ask questions about how, like, why are they interested? Like if I hear somebody say to me, Lindsay, I might be interested in the business, instead of being like, I'm going to send you our build guide. I'm going to send you I'm going to send you our comp plan. No, the first thing I actually do is say, tell me a little bit about that. What is it about my company that is making you interested in that? Because I want to understand and I want to know, right? So I've got curiosity. And then they might tell me, and then it might move into like, hey, tell me a little bit about your family. And then I ask them tell me a little bit about your background. Like, what is your experience, right? I'm just genuinely curious about who they are. What am I listening for? I'm listening for, what are they passionate about? I'm listening for, what is driving them? I'm listening for, what do they want? What do they need? Like, I'm listening for all of those things so that I get a really beautiful picture of how our business opportunity can actually align with what they want. I will actually even ask them questions like, do you have an income need or an income want, right? Because I want to know, like, hey, if they're looking at $500 a month or $5,000 a month, or if they're looking at $1,000 a month or $100,000 a month, some of these business opportunities can afford that great of potential. I want to know what these people want, right? So I'm listening for, like, what kind of income need or want is there. The other thing I ask is, if you decide to walk down this road, so I'll say this, if you decide to walk down this road, what kind of time would you like to commit to something like this? So if you notice, you guys, I'm literally asking them everything because I want everything that I do moving forward with them to be on their terms, not mine. So if they're like, I have about 5 to 10 hours a week to do this, that's amazing. That's great. If they say I have 15 to 20 hours a week, I have 20 plus hours a week to work. Okay, I'm listening to all of this because I'm like, I want to know what they want, how they want it, how fast they want it, right? Because I find that when I listen well and then can respond in a way that honors what they have said, I not only create alignment, I create trust and loyalty. And loyal and trusting people are happy builders and they stay, okay? So I ask a lot of those questions, and now that I've learned all of those things, now if they decide, like, I might share, and I'll share the business after that, like, hey, would you like to learn a little bit about the business? Now, when I share my business, I can share it in such a way that I can speak to the things that they care about. I can speak to their experience. I can speak to their wants and their needs because they've shared all those things with me. So now I can talk about how this business could potentially be a very good fit for them. Now, just being very transparent, there are also times where I'm like, you know what, I don't know if this is the right business for them. And I have no problem saying that because ultimately that builds trust too, and it's honest, okay? So I just encourage you at the beginning, when you hear somebody possibly interested in your business, become a professional question asker first, not a professional, I'm going to share my business and comp plan with you, okay? So really learn about who they are, what they want, how fast they want it, how much they want, what drives them, all the things, okay? Now, I understand that when you've been in this industry for a while, especially if you've been in leadership, it's easier for you to spot people with a great deal of potential. I can spot people usually a mile away. I'm like, oh my goodness, if that person decided to do what I do, holy smokes, there's no holding them back. Okay. And if you probably know that too. You're thinking about your business. You're like, oh my gosh, yes, I can think of so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. Okay. This is where I actually wanted to encourage you that in this time of exploratory, when they're looking at your business and you're trying to create alignment and you're trying to create trust, it is okay for you to see the potential there, but I want to challenge you that when you are bringing them into your business, if they decide to go that route, that you hold their potential, you hold on to it, and over time, you can help them discover that potential and unlock that potential. However, when you are launching them and helping them start, it is so pivotal that you have listened to what they have said and that you are honoring it, okay? That's what creates alignment. If you basically tell yourself, oh my goodness, I know that they said they only have 5 hours a week to work, or they only want to make $500 a month, but I see their potential and I know that when they earn 1,000, they're going to want more. And all of a sudden, out of the gate, you're having them work 10 and 15 and 20 hours a week when they said they could only work 5. Or you're like, I just want them to earn 1,000 or $1,500 a month, but they only wanted 500. What you're doing right away is creating misalignment and mistrust. Now we've broken relationships. Now we have an unhappy builder who is going to slowly probably walk away potentially, or we've got to do damage control because we've broken trust. So I'm not saying don't hold on to their potential. We absolutely want to do that. I will never give up. When I see somebody's potential, when they want to walk through my door, I will always honor. I will always launch them in what they've said to me, because I'm like, I want you to know I hear you, I see you, and I value you. When things align with what you've said, I know you're more likely to trust me, and I want to steward that well. Their potential, like I said, can be unlocked over time where they can start to discover it. But trying to do that out of the gate just creates misalignment. So hopefully these tips give you some good ideas today of maybe where you can pinpoint in your leadership or in your team or in your organization, maybe some tweaks that you can make, because I truly believe if you bring people in who are aligned and who have great deal of trust in you and your team's systems, they will stay and they will grow, and they will probably grow beyond anything that they would have ever expected, because you gave them the greatest gift at the beginning. You listened to them, you allowed them to align, and you gave them the opportunity to trust you. So hopefully these tips were great for you today. Good luck in building your business. Have a good day.